How's it going, everybody? How y'all doing out there? What's up, y'all? I want to thank y'all for joining me here at GameOut Gaming. This is your boy, your host, Marquez, and introducing DeadSide. So, now for those who are aware, DeadSide, well, was it yesterday, I believe, 2 days ago, has just released the ability for console players to host community servers. With this came little information on how to do so. So I'm gonna go ahead and help those out who don't have any of the information and save you the time that it took me to figure this out. Now, once you are an admin at your own for your own server, you would have to do that. That's kind of self-explanatory. Once you rent your server, you'll have to put your EOS ID, which you will find at the main menu when you log on to DeadSide. It's going to be big in the top right corner. EOS ID number. It's a very long number mixed with some letters. You'll put that into the G portal information, and it'll sync with the server, making you an admin. Now, once you do that, you just find your server. Once you name it and everything, you find your server. Come to the server, log in like normal, make everything like normal. In order to get to the admin controls, that's what I had to figure out. It would be this is for PlayStation 5. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the exact same thing. The buttons correlated for Xbox Series, and yeah. But for the PlayStation 5, it's going to be L2, R2, square, and X. So you push those buttons simultaneously, and it brings up this menu here. Gonna have the server, gonna have the restart and let that sector activity. Okay, restart and wipe time and schedule. It has your players, items, messages, log, gameplay, and tools. Now, in order to set up your server, for right now, we have minimum tools that's at our disposal. So for the server, this is just telling you the information about your server. This is the ID, your name of the server. Let you know the players that's on currently, the maximum players that's allowed. Allows you to put a password if you want one, change your camera view. Now, here's where you set the parameters for your server. Whether you want your server to be a PvP server, a PvP with no raids, a PvE server, or a PvP with schedule raids. Now, if you put it a PvP with schedule raids, this is where you'll schedule your timing for when you want your raids to happen and how long you want that to be. Now, for your loot the loot spawn, how often your loot spawn is right here. Your value is 10. That's to start off with. I'm gonna consider that as a one time. Once you set it up, it says the highest you can go is 50. So you set that to where you want it. My server here is set to be a 3-time server, so I'm gonna put that up to 30. Now, this is where you set your maximum squad. You also hit apply. For everything you do, if there's an apply button, you hit that apply button to make sure that it saves. For your squad size, this is where you set whether you want your server to be a solo server, duo server, trios, quads, or however many people you want to be added to the server. Mine is a duo server, so only 2 people will be allowed on the team. Here, reserve space on the server for administrators. So now, as you know, sometimes you will be in queue. There will be a time period where your server will be populated with the maximum amount of people. So now, if that does happen and you don't have any of this reserved for yourself, you will be stuck in queue waiting to get on your server to make any changes or to do anything as the admin. So to prevent that, you're just going to reserve however many spaces, however many admins that you have on your server. Reserve that amount of spaces for that admin, or however many of the admin spaces that you want to reserve for admins. You can do so here. Keep in mind that reserving admin space does take up a space from your slot. So, for example, if you have a 50 slot server like I do, and you have one slot that's taken up for an administrator, your server will show as a 49 slot server. So it's going to only show 49 slots because that one slot will be reserved for yourself as the admin. So keep that in mind. The maximum number of beds per player, you'll put that here, however many beds that you want each player to be able to put on the map. Whether or not you want the player to be able to place beds at roads or settlements, you can place that here, whether you want to permit it or forbid that. The maximum number of vehicles that you want on the map, you can do that here. Now, I believe that also will affect, most things like this does affect the quality of gameplay, but this by far has been running quite well, so I haven't had any gameplay issues since I've been playing this. So, but normally that's what that does, so just keep that in mind on how many vehicles you have on your map. Time of day shows you the time of day that it currently is in your on your server. You can change that by setting this tool, this cursor, and hitting apply as needed. Now, my server is a no wipe server, so it's going to be no wipes. Now, if you want your server to wipe once a week, every 2 weeks, or once a month, you can set that here. And you can also set the days that you want it to wipe on. Now, the players according that's on the server at the time will show under the players. Anyone that you have designated as an admin or that you want to designate as an admin, anyone that you have designated as an admin will show up here. Anyone that you want to designate as an admin, all you would do is highlight their name here and click make admin. They'll have all the admin abilities that you have here. In order to take the admin abilities away, simple, just click their name here and go ahead and go to remove rights. It'll simply take out the admin abilities from that person and put them back down to normal. Items, this is where you spawn any item in the game. The items, give me 1 second. Items range from ammo, as you see here. The pictures will show what it is on the left side corner. So ammo, tactics, which is your grenades, all types of explosives here. Your weapons. You'll find all weapons here. Weapon mods. All your healing items, as well as food. Now, I didn't even know they had cake in the game. I didn't even see this one during playing unofficial. Equipment, vehicle. Now, I thought vehicle was spawning in vehicles, but vehicle is for vehicle items. You can spawn in your mechanics tool here. This thing was such a pain to try to get. Mechanics tool. But every item in the game, you'll spawn it in here. Now, in order to go ahead and spawn that in, you will hit create. You see the stack or the amount that's on the left side. That's the amount that it'll spawn in. It'll be on the ground right next to you. 1,000 branches. Now, with that same tab, you also have the starter kit section. Anything that you want to designate to your starter kit from over here in your items available section, you'll just go to, you will click add to starter kit. If it's something like this, like ammo, it'll tell you, ask you how much you want to add. Hit OK, and it'll add it over here to the starter kit. The starter kit will be available upon death. So every time someone dies, they will come back with all these items that's in your starter kit. Also, for your money, you can set the money that you want anybody to start with as well. Now, for your messages, This is where you will set any message that you would like to send out on your server. You can send out a message of the day, which will be sent to any person that logs on to the server for the first time, for the first day, or every day. This is a message that you can go ahead and send out that's just random messages for you from from administration to the community. And you can set when you or how often you want to send messages. This is an automatic transaction right here. The law tells you every death from a player per player. It tells you who killed who, and it tells you what they used. Gives you that player's ID number as well. EOS. Now for gameplay, this is where you set on your missions, everything that's set into the game for the heli crash, convoys, drops, everything you set here. You'll set how often you want those to show up in your game here. Whether or not you want the patrols. The patrols are not a part of the missions, but those are the NPCs that show up just randomly throughout the map and, you know, attack you here and there. Whether you want patrols on or off, you can set that here. And right here, I mean, I would recommend leaving this right here alone. Additionally, increase the frequency of events based on the number of players on the server. So if there are more players on the server, there'll be more events. If there's less player on the server, there'll be less events. Now, for the hardcore mode, you can set whether you want the safe zones to be on or off. So if they are on, they're currently like they are in official. When you go there, there's no damage to be done. You can go sell, buy items, store your items safely. If they are off, everything goes. So I believe, I haven't turned it off or played it with it off, but I believe the store still stays there, but you will still you'll just be a target, or not a target, but you'll be available to be shot, killed, or whatever while you're in the safe zone if it's turned off. Storage is in the safe zone, whether or not you want players to have their storages in the safe zone. Self-explanatory. Hardcore bots. Now I tried this, I wanted to see what it was. When I turned hardcore bots on and I spawned over where bots was, they completely melted me. So if you have a server where you're actually, you know, you're catering to the hardcore players, you might want to add hardcore bots, but other than that, the bots are fine where they are. But again, it's your server, you know, you can do it however it is that you would like. And aim assist, whether or not you want to turn aim assist on or off, is right here. Now for the events that's in the game, you can spawn any event in the game at any time by just going to this section here. This would be for your airdrops. You will hit start. If you want to complete it automatically, you have that button to do so as well. You have the convoys, the heli crash, the roaming traders, as well as all of the missions, easy, medium, hard, as well as the epic. And if you want to spawn in any vehicle, well, not any vehicle, but the boats. I don't see any way you can spawn in the motorcycles or the military trucks, but you can spawn in boats right here. And it's, from what it says, it spawns at the nearest spawn point, some type of dock or harbor. Now, for the tools section, the last section here, you have teleports. Now, in order to teleport to any location, you will have to set beacons. So you will go to your map. You'll place down a marker as normal. Now, any of these markers are considered beacons and teleport locations, or teleport spots, whatever you want to call them. So now you can go back to your tools section. Now they are highlighted. Now I can click either one of these and I can teleport to that location. It also has the option to teleport to the death spawns if you happen to die. As well, as you see here, you can't put those down, but once you die, spawn somewhere else, you can spawn back automatically to your death spawn. Now, you cannot. Somebody just opened my door. You cannot spawn players to yourself. You can spawn to players, I do believe. Now here is where your character has the ability to turn yourself immortal, give yourself a speed boost, ghost, invisibility to players, as well as invisibility to NPCs. So you can go ahead and do your admin work there without any bother from NPCs or players. You can track animals, players, vehicles, and bases. Now, I didn't know how the tracking works, so you would just go to show. For example, tracking bases, you go to show. You will go to your map, and it shows in here. It shows the bases that's on the map. Same thing with players and so forth. Now, for the console commands, I've looked and I have found nothing in regards to console commands that I can see that's for DeadSide. So once they do come out, I will notify everyone and let them know what they are. So I want to know myself what console commands are available and what you can do. So we'll see about that once they do come. And regarding deleting bases, or if there was anyone that you wanted to delete off the server base-wise, you would do that here. Just go to their base, pretty much look at it, and hit that option to remove base. You can display in chat that you're about to go ahead and remove their base and let them know that, hey, you know, give them the option to correct whatever it is that was wrong, if that's something that you want to do before you do remove their base. But your control is right there for that. And that is it. That is all. So far, those are the controls that we do have. I wish there was a little more of a control that we had over, say for instance, the items that the trader gave. I want to put my own custom items that I want people to have in the trader. Items maybe that I want to have in the store, things such as that. But I know, again, this is early, so things are to come, and we'll just wait and see what happens in the future. But I wanted to go ahead and put that out, give everybody a little tip and tutorial on how to start and set up your own server for DeadSide console. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, to stay up to date with the latest DeadSide and all the latest news and tips that GameOut Gaming have to offer. Got a little tongue twisted, GameSide. But also, just to introduce this, just to throw this in here, GameOut Gaming here, we do have our own server, which is the Rec Yard. The Rec Yard is a duo server. You do start off with starter kits. You have your starter kits. It is, let me see, it's a duo server. You have starter kits. We offer, we have more events. Now, that's also another thing, because you can't put like the rate that you want for the gathering. You can't put the rate that you want for harvesting. So I wish you can do that, you know, so I can make it a 3 times harvesting, 3 times gathering, or however much I want. But with the tools and the controls that I do have, we are a 3 times server, so the events come back and spawn more often. The items, the loot on the ground, spawn more often as well. We do events, admin events, that gives you the opportunity to win and have much better loot than you would have in the the regular missions. And there's so much more to come. So yeah, I've been enjoying this game by far so far, ever since I picked it up and heard about it. So hope you do as well. Come join us out over here at the Rec Yard here at GameOut Gaming. Go to the channel. The Discord is in the description as well for any further information. Go there. want to make any suggestions, feel free to do so as well. Thank you guys for joining. Until next time, peace out, y'all.